Hey guys, today we are here on Space Marine 2 to play an Instigator Bolt Carbine Sniper build on the public test server in a true solo run. Now, before I get into the actual run, I want to go over my perk and weapon choices just so you guys have an understanding of what I am using and why. And to start this off, I picked Melee Mastery. Melee damage increases 20% against Majoris level and higher enemies. This perk is super valuable. Melee damage on this class is actually underrated, and really our block knife is actually our best damage against bosses in this game. And since we are in true solo and the bosses have a plus 66% HP buff in absolute difficulty on patch 8.0, this is that much more useful. Same thing here with adaptability. Reloading while having low ammo or manually activating camo cloak increases melee damage by 25% for 10 seconds. More melee damage is good and makes our shadow stab excellent. And then we take dexterous hands because we are using carbines, and this is like the only perk in this tree that actually functions with them. And as for our team perk, we take squad renewal. A headshot kill restores ability charge by 10% for any squad member. This perk is so fundamental to the loop of your cloak that not having this or the standard renewal perk here is kind of just like you're pretty foobar at that point. Like this class really suffers without one of these two perks, to be honest. And I just think it's kind of a mandatory pick. And same thing here, purification. Manually activating camo cloak removes negative status effects, restores all contested health. This is one of the best perks in this game, and this makes our survivability go up so much that I pretty much just use it all the time on any build this class. Same thing with Emperor's Grace because these perks combo together, but we'll get into the prestige perks in a second. Next, I take Tactical Ambush. The first melee attack that breaks Camo Cloak deals 150% more damage. Now, this is really good for our melee damage on bosses especially, and especially in true solo, because when you are playing without bots, and you can do that in the actual PTS server and the upcoming patch 8.0 in your solo games, all the enemies will stand still when you actually pull out your knife. It will still work really well in multiplayer, like don't be fooled, they don't have to stand still, it just makes it easier to pull off. And really, with an Instigator Bolt Carbine, because we're shooting a burst shot, targeted shot does pretty much nothing for us, so we get the full benefit of Tactical Ambush. And the next perk I took here is Persistence. When Camo Cloak deactivates, you take 20% less health damage, do not lose control upon taking heavy hits, and cannot be knocked back for 10 seconds. Now, this perk is some of the only straight up knockback resist this class has out of like Indomitable Spirit, and really it's underrated, and you're going to be in and out of cloak all the time. 20% less health damage is really good, and really I just think this is much better than Lingering Concealment is now, especially with Emperor's Grace being a prestige perk, and Ambush has never been a good perk to begin with. And as far as signature perks go, it kind of goes without saying, Pattern of Excellence. Performing 3 consecutive headshots restores equipment charge by 1. Cooldown is 30 seconds. Now, this is just the best equipment charge recharge in this game, and having 30-second melt-a-bombs is OP, and our Instigator Bolt Carbine burst fires and gets us 3 consecutive headshots very easily. Now, as far as our prestige perks go, I take Emperor's Grace. When Camo Cloak activates, you become invulnerable to damage for 2 seconds. Now, this perk not only combos phenomenally well with the Purification perk, the invulnerability here actually counts as no knockback as well. So if you go into Cloak for 2 seconds, nothing will knock you back, and that lets us get off the Shadow Stab for our Tactical Ambush here. It's actually very easy, and I have a couple of videos of that already on this channel. And next here we have Versatile Precision. Performing a kill with your secondary weapon restores 15% of your primary weapon's ammo. Cooldown is 15 seconds. This perk is just fundamental to ammo regen on this class. It is such a good perk that it pretty much gives you infinite ammo on some of the guns. Always take this. And the next perk I take here is Indomitable Spirit. While performing a gun strike, you do not lose control upon taking heavy hits, and you cannot be knocked back. This can help us get gun strikes off where we would otherwise get knocked out of them. I think this perk is exceptionally valuable against Biovores because they love to face check you when you are gun striking, and this lets you get your gun strikes off on them. If you want to take something like Versatility or Exacting Focus, you can. I just think this is more valuable. And as for the perk Conviction, which is the last perk I take, when your armor is fully depleted, you take 25% less health damage for 15 seconds. This perk is super good. This one has the longest duration because the sniper only has like 2 armor, so I think that's why I gave it a 15-second duration instead of 10. And 25% less health damage when you are at your most vulnerable is really, really good. And that will also stack with this for another 20% health damage reduction. And you kind of become pretty tanky when your armor breaks, and then you can get your purification back for your contested HP, and you're pretty much unstoppable. That's really the best way to put it. And as far as our weapons go, obviously we're using the Instigator Bolt Carbine. I go down this route for the perk tree, mainly because I want recoupment. Killing a Majora's level or higher enemy with a headshot with this weapon restores 1 armor segment. Cooldown is 15 seconds. This is really good to give us a drip-fed armor throughout the game, especially since drip-fed armor will more regularly proc our conviction, and conviction is really, really good, like we said before. So every time we get 1 armor back, if the armor breaks, we can use our conviction perk again. As far as the other perks go here, I would just take, magazine capacity. I think magazine capacity is actually really important in this game. You could go down this path if you want for more headshot damage. I just think ammo is more valuable when we're playing by ourselves, and overall, I think this one works pretty well because we already have some headshot bonuses here. As far as the heavy bolt pistol goes, pretty standard. I just think this is the best weapon on this class overall for the secondary, and I just go down this way. And as far as our knife goes, I take the block knife because block knife is just the best knife in this game. The lack of potential fencing armor on Minoras and stuff like that kind of goes away when we have purification. And really, whatever downside there is to using block, the sniper kind of circumvents with purification and invulnerability for 2 seconds. And this is a perk tree setup I take for this. And I go all the way down here. I go into Extremis Slayer. Alternatively, you can take the Terminus Slayer, and I actually like the shoulder bash far more than the distance stab, because distance stab is kind of shit in this game, to be honest, and shadow stab, well, it's just fundamental to the perk. This is our biggest bit of boss damage in this game. It does a tremendous amount with 2 block charges. Now, that is pretty much all for the weapons and the class perk setup. It's time to get into the gameplay. Alright, here we are in game with the Instigator Bull Carbine build on decapitation, because this map is easy, even though I've died in it many, many times. But overall, Sniper is quite good. I would say he's an A-tier solo class currently, mainly because Purification kind of carries us. But as long as you manage your cloak, you should be fine. But occasionally you get a misinput, and you die. But not today, hopefully. I'm just gonna run these guys down here. So we do have the home precision perk on this, so our hip fire accuracy is quite good. It's not as good as the actual bolt carbine, but as long as you have that plus 50% increase. I've heard that on controller, a home precision weapon perk isn't that good, just because the weapon accuracy is kind of hard, even with hip fire. On analog, I don't know how true that is. Never played this game with controller. That is true. It's unfortunate. Headshot these guys here. Alright, we should probably pay attention for this, because even though the true solo in this game on Absolute isn't as hard as like the higher waves in the Siege mode on true solo, you are pretty resource hungry at times. It can be difficult. So I can't stop him. Got these Termagants back here. Shoot him in the face. Alright, what extremis did we get? I'd rather grab him than Alright, where's the Biovore is my question. Way out there. Yeah, these guys are so overtuned. Look at this. These guys basically spawn an entire horde in themselves if in the proper spot. S tier threat, Biovore. Absolutely. The tier list is coming. Oh, that was still the radius, must have bounced in.
Fester and rot. Active camouflage charged. Line cloak activated.
Okay. Now, this is my least fun portion of this game, is jumping between range fire, but sometimes that's what you gotta do. It's the nature of the game. Enraged enemies, I feel like these enraged guys could definitely use a rework. They're fun at times, but the heal is kind of toxic. And I feel like playing a lot of hard siege mode has shown me that it is far more fun to have a ton of spawns than it is to have to deal with enraged guys. Especially an enraged sword warrior. I've ranted about those guys for months. Alright, I'm just going to move on. Now that sniper shot is an actual projectile travel speed, so if you're far away from them, your dodge timing is different. Keep that in mind. It's usually better to just dodge to the side. Don't like to try to dodge through them. Oh god. Alright. I find on this map, this little bridge here can be a little messy at times. There we go. Oh yeah, down here. Look at that. The Neurothrope. The Ascendant one. Okay.
Active camouflage charge. Reloading. Tyrannies have no mind for tactics.
Alright, we'll finish him in a second.
Tossing frag grenade.
Alright, enraged guy, I'm gonna kill you. Actually, I'm gonna leave him. I'll just get him low. If he dies first, these other guys probably just go enraged anyways. Any Guardian relic? No. Sad day. Sad day. And where are we? This ain't Avarax. Actually, is this Avarax? It ain't Kadaku. I'll tell you that. I don't see no jungle. This is that shitty Hive City. That's where the nice part. Can you imagine a map this nice in Darktide? This is a richer Hive City, that's for sure.
Inserting fresh magazine.
Okay, let's move on up. Now you can't get boss spawns here now. That's shown a couple videos, but if we don't get one here, game's definitely be easier. We're just trying to show how to build, so I'm not too worried about that. So I do think the Instigator Bolt Carbine is quite good. Maybe not as good as the, well, obviously not as good as the standard Bolt Carbine, but what is, really? The gun's kind of broken at the moment, comparatively. Shit.
Changing magazine.
All right, let's move on up here. Go to the bomb planting. Now, when you're by yourself in this game, it will never give you more than 4 bomb spots. It's quite nice. And I also found that in true solo without bots, the bridge spawns on the Minoris guys are significantly fewer. But the bridge is pretty easy anyway, so it's not the easiest portion of this whole map.
We have reached the tower, Captain Akaran.
The Neurothrope does not store explosives to Codex Astartes standards. Pockets enough to demolish the bridge.
Okay, let's grab the explosive charge.
Inserting fresh magazine.
Let's go see if we, oh, shock grenades. You know, I do actually enjoy
Grabbing this gear.
a good shock grenade.
Shock grenade deployed. Hostile backup on the way.
Alright, can I kill this guy? Hopefully. That's worth it. 2 enraged guys, that's kind of
Shock grenade.
mean.
Why shall this bomb do the most damage? The galaxy is open. Big one less rabbit. Tyranids have no right for
Alright. Now, whip warriors, when they go in rage, they are kind of terrifying. Mainly because they do a ton of damage, and they have the hardest parry in the game for a block weapon, by far. So we're just gonna shock grenade these guys, and then do this.
active camouflage charge. Inserting fresh magazine. Amelio line cloak active. Amelio line cloak ready. Alien bioform eliminated. Changing magazine. Where shall this bomb do the most damage?
Okay. Well, where'd my camera go there?
Readying next volley.
I thing is so accurate.
Armed and ready.
Okay.
Munitions here.
Let me go grab this little bomb plantation here. Little bomb plant.
We stand triumphant over the tyrannies.
Little interaction. Only 3 plants here, so I think we just had the biggest horde we're gonna get. I know a lot of people, I've said in my chat before and right now, that the bolt sniper or the sniper class should be a sniper class. Should be more sniper options on here, or the sniper should be better. It is kind of unfortunate that, like, the way the perk tree is set up is that the sniper option, like the targeted shot option, you're missing out on a ton of boss damage if you don't take tactical ambush on this class with the block knife.
Wired for detonation.
Really, like, I would go as far as to say, like, your only truly good boss damage outside of, like, a Neurothrope, like a stalker bolt rifle or a sniper rifle, like properly damaging carnifexes and triple hellbrutes and stuff like that, it's a block knife with tactical ambush. That's kind of unfortunate. There's no, like, real collateral option. A lot of that is just because that this game is almost all headshot dependent. Like, body shots in this game are just terrible. They are absolutely buns. And it's kind of unfortunate. Like Oberon's saying here. Okay, let's see what we got. We'll clear the bridge, why don't we?
Astartes! We were not expecting such illustrious company. We've got a handle on these probing strikes, my lords.
Ooh, medication. This is a guaranteed one right here. Case right aware.
That is about to change. A Tyranid overlord approaches from this corridor.
That's news.
Ooh, melt-a-bomb. We're in.
To tackle a target that big. We may
I hope they never nerf the melt-a-bomb in this game. Melt-a-bomb's just fun.
Liberty of rigging into
They are a fun weapon. Probably the most entertaining thing to use in Horde mode.
Negative. The objective is the Hive Tyrant, not the bridge. Defend this position until the Tyranid command unit is executed.
Yeah, I do agree with a lot of the comments I've seen have been talking about how body shots should not be only, excuse me, the body shots should function far better with bolters than they do with things like maybe like the like laser weapons, because body shots, I mean, a bolter round's a bolter round, and like a bolter round to your face is pretty bad, but like, I don't know, maybe it's just me. I don't want a bolter round anywhere in my body, and getting my arm blown off is a pretty huge detriment. If Space Marine 3 really wants to have, or I should say really wants to go above and beyond, I would suggest a dismemberment system. I think that would be cool. Like, have the bigger enemies have like a giant armored plating, because like they gotta do Tyranids again, right? Like, Tyranids are really popular. They're such a good horde faction. But I think it'd be cool if you like shoot off the armored plates of a Biovore, or like rip off the armor of a Hellbrute or something. It's little stuff like that that makes them all feel a lot more interactive.
Keep your eyes peeled. The Xenos Leader Beast will be in visual range shortly.
Alright, let me slap up this guy. And then we will be on our way to the Hive Tyrant in a second. And Hive Tyrant's pretty easy with Sniper. So these guys put their shields. Take no damage. But thanks to all of our melee damage bonuses, once you get like 2 block charges off, you can pretty much body any Majoras in your face.
I have
It's quite easy. Get like a one combo of them.
This close. I've never seen such an atrocity.
So pew this. Now all these little guys, they do count towards your end score screen. So you ever see like a guy with a heavy bolter show up and just take all your kills? That's why. Especially on this map.
Right on target. Tenacity to Delta Wing. The target is neutralized.
It is not dead.
Lieutenant Titus, please repeat.
The swarm would go feral without their connection to the hive mind.
So far, so good. We didn't get a boss spawn though, so that's mainly why. I don't know if they can spawn down here. I know I've gotten like a Neurothrope down here and an increased boss spawn before. But we'll see. I've never seen boss spawns in the actual patch version of this.
Job unfinished.
Or increased spawns.
Look, the rubble is shifting down there.
I guess I'll take the Gene Seed, right? I mean, it's my duty as a Marine. Excuse me, an Astartes. You know, Space Marine always seemed like a goofy name. Their official name, Adeptus Astartes, always just felt like, I don't know, this feels like a more Imperium way of calling them. But I guess they do call it like guardsmen. And what do? They guard planets. Their lives. Not to be confused with the Planetary Guard, of course. Oh wow. Look at all you guys showing up together to get blown up. Alright, we got the bomb again, which means we're going in. Operation. Alright, you guys are close together? Self bomb. Guy. Alright, one rage dude back there. Okay. You gotta move back. Alright, no boss spawn. Convenient. I'd be shocked if they can spawn over there. That's a mean spot to fight a boss if they can. Pretty sure it's only like that pre-bridge area. Alright, set the crate. Armor boost, I'll take it. Now the hilarious thing is, prior to patch 8, this class has boosted recharge on it still in the live game. That's completely gone now. Replaced with a prestige perk for 15% increased radius on your equipment charge. Equipment stuff. Alright guys, pretty good detonated. Oh shit, they can't spawn down here, that's cool. I mean, that's kind of horrifying, but that's cool. This is a mean spot for a Neurothrope. Alright, we're a little low in ammo. We can get that back pretty easily by shooting these guys. That's mean. I got 1x1 high hallway, Minecraft hallway down here. That's like a 2x2, right? We ever move for the maybe a 4x4 for being honest. It's a pretty thick hallway. Still obnoxious to fight a Neurothrope beam though.
Active camouflage charge.
Oh my god, look at this. What a mess of bramble. You guys are all getting blown the fuck up. Every last one of you. Especially you. Oh wow, or none of you. Especially not you. What is this? Is a toxic corner hallway. Wow, this is awful. This is a very stressful boss fight. I can definitely see this, a really toxic fight for Assault to do. There we go. Alright, once he gets to 50% HP, he will be back to being, we get another spawn of enemies. Potentially extremists. We have a melt the bomb, so I don't really care too much. We're pretty good at dealing damage to him though when he's down like this. Now they did take off his invulnerability during that whole thing. That's nice of them. With the one silver lining of all this increased HP nonsense. Alright, once I can with my... I'm gonna try to get a bomb on all those guys. Wow, it actually blocks the damage on all of them. That's interesting. I mean, I guess we could have moved down the hallway the entire time, but where's the fun in that, right? There might not be. I was kind of worried there was like another thing up here. Like, as a sniper, we don't care too much. Alright, this should be able to kill him here. That was rough. What's up, Kermit? Guardsman? What's up, Kermit? How you doing? Imagine playing as Assault fighting this? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, we were kind of like sitting in a giant hallway that we probably shouldn't have been, but still toxic. Assault also would have been able to kill a lot of those guys pretty quickly, though, if you had like a Thunder Hammer.
can still move
That's for the
like
ground
that.
pound.
I
Alright,
doubt
let's
we
move
can
on
get
up.
it off.
Probably the last like terrifying wave we're gonna get.
Talassa report.
Those nids did indeed get purged.
Talassa, you cut
Let's
down.
go in and see what we get up here. I would like to get like a guardian relic or something before we get to the boss,
The signal.
because you never know.
Is that thing
It's not a
leading us
hard
into the
boss
dead
fight.
zone?
It's just sometimes you get frame
We have no
trapped.
choice but to follow. Let us hope
We get
this is
slapped.
not a trap.
Oh no. Triple Biovore. That's pretty mean. Dude, you're like, they're telling me a gun strike doesn't put this guy into execute after he got blown up.
Stealth ready. I am a phantom of death.
Oh, that bug. Great. Alright, that's one more down. Finally. That was a mean spawn. Now, I was going to detonate my bomb, but I'm kind of afraid of just blowing myself up, because I've done that before.
Emilio line close ready.
As Obi-Wan said in, like, Revenge of the Sith, nothing too fancy.
Engaged.
Let's go,
Fester and rot. Xenos abomination.
Changing magazine.
oh my god, ow. All my execute targets just vanished before my eyes. They're all too low. What a misplay. I think I didn't do that when the Biovores were around. Okay, grab this guy. Let's gotta fight like a little bit of a wave. I'm sure that'll go great.
Active camouflage charged.
And we'll totally own that boss. Look at all these termagants, man.
Unseen I stop my target.
Stealth ready.
And numbers are no match for our troops.
Shit.
It is
Okay.
time.
What a trek that was. Let's go check for the Guardian Relic here. Hopefully it's here. If it's not, convenient. Now we shall live.
Surrounds this.
Almost guaranteed. Because this boss fight's kind of a bum. The Hive Tyrant is the classic punching bag in this game. Trigon, he's fucking annoying. This guy, though, he ain't shit.
Turn to taking the shot.
Bang.
Emilio line engaged. Readying next volley.
He did also get his HP buff, though, I should say. Hive Tyrant is much stronger now than he used to be. In terms of HP, not only his attack pattern. His attack pattern is pretty easy. Once you understand it.
Inserting fresh magazine. Immediate line.
Now that little whip grab he does, you cannot perfect dodge that ever. Cannot be done. Alright, let's No. Not this guy. Not you. Anyone but you. Oh, I'm gonna combo. I'm gonna frame trap. Anything but the invincible OP Sword Warrior. Thank you. The Hive Tyrant, this guy's a bum. Enraged Sword Warrior, that's real shit. It's got killed there. I've been awkward. Yeah, that was awkward as well.
Readying next volley. Take all you can carry. Weapons up.
Alright, this should be a stim over here.
He's channeling some kind of power. Amelio line cloak activated.
What? It's awkward. Red definitely has a fat HP pool now. Though he really should, because it shouldn't be easy to kill by like one person. At least in terms of speed. Now, Auspex Parrot will surely body this dude still.
Stealth ready.
Alright, we'll see. Alright, that one much better. So warriors are the hardest spawn on this guy. Some people think it's Minoris, but like Minoris, they don't frame trap you, they just slap you around. They also give you armor back pretty easily. It's a warrior spam.
They shall not see. What is it gonna take to kill this?
Alright, that's that. A boss fight's definitely harder these days, but at least in terms of HP. But as the Instigator Bolt Carbine build on the Sniper, pretty good. I'm kind of curious what the kills were for that. I feel like we killed quite a few extremis. Really, anything over 10 extremis on decapitations above average. At least in my experience. Maybe not anymore with the boss spawns added. But I used to get like sub 10 extremis on this map quite often. We'll see. It's quite a long one. It's a pretty long decapitation mission, but hey, it's what Neurothropes do to your game. $14 extremis, 42,000 range damage. Around 60,000 damage overall. Or actually right there. 61,000 damage even. That's pretty good. Anyways, guys, that's all for the Instigator Bolt Carbine build. You guys should try that out. It's actually pretty fun. But until next time, peace.